Alrighty, how's everybody doing? So we are here tonight. Welcome to my channel. This is my name is Billy. This is Billy J. Bryant. There's my name, Billy J. Bryant. Sorry. Yeah, so we're live tonight. We're going to be continuing to work on our Twitch bot. If you've not joined in the past, if you've not seen my show, for the first couple of I'm new to streaming, so this is all brand new to me. Thank you for joining us. We are in the process of building a Discord and Twitch bot using Node.js. So we've been working on it for a couple of weeks now. That's our project at the moment. I've got a couple of projects in the wind that I want to, or not in the wind, but I got a couple of projects on the horizon that I want to do. My next project I think I want to try and accomplish or tackle is a Kubernetes server cluster using Raspberry Pis, because I think it'd be cool to do. Raspberry Pis are relatively inexpensive, and it's a pretty interesting project to jump into, especially if you like Kubernetes or Docker. You get into computing projects. It's kind of fun to kind of play around with that kind of stuff. So that's what I want to do, is learn Kubernetes a little bit more. I have a Kubernetes cluster, but I want to kind of learn it a little bit more and get into doing it on Docker. On Raspberry Pi, just to kind of play around with it. So the goal is to use a Raspberry Pi R4B or Pi 4B, the newest one, with 4 gigs of RAM each. Probably throw like a 250 gigabyte NVMe drive, because I've seen some hardware where you can basically connect an NVMe hard drive to the environment. Set that up so that we've got basically a virtual SAN. And build a cluster. So that's my next big project. But for tonight, what we're working on is the night 3 of our Discord and Twitch bot. Join us in live chat. If you're watching the stream, join chat. I am streaming for the first time ever on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube, all at the same time. So feel free to join in. We're going to try something out new tonight. I know it's not really the best time to try new things, but I figured what the hell. So we're using Restream.io, streaming to Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Twitch being my primary channel, so check it out, twitch.tv/BillyJBryant. So jumping in, here's what we're at today. So let's go ahead and pull up code. I'm going to switch scenes. I still got to get used to my shortcuts and hotkeys, but here's where we're at. So last we left off, we had built our bot. Let me go ahead and close everything. So when we last left off, we had built our bot. We had built out some commands, and we had kind of had some things working. Now I've gone ahead and done some changes since we were last here. I've added in some new code and kind of basically split off filtered off some of the code into its own little modules kind of setup. So as you can see, I've built out a general folder structure here. We have our commands folder, which is going to have common commands, which are going to be shared across all of the both platforms. We're going to have Discord only commands and then Twitch only commands. Eventually, that's to come later in the series. And then I've built out a couple of different modules. So I split out Discord and Twitch. So I haven't actually built out Discord yet. So the Discord handler doesn't do... Oh yeah, it does. So the Discord handler connects to Discord. We require in our commands modules. We import in our config for Discord. We go ahead and set up our Discord namespace, our bot, and then we connect to the Discord server. And then we've got our Twitch .js, which is basically does the same thing. It loads the Twitch package, it loads our commands, loads our config, sets Twitch namespace, and then does everything here. And so the way I tied all this together is in the main bot.js. I'm missing some things. Oh yeah, so in the main bot.js, I required .environment. I set up our environment. I apologize. I'm getting reintroduced to my own code. I set up our main environment. We load our environment variables from the .env file. And then we load in our Twitch and our Discord bots. And so we actually look in our library folder for Discord and Twitch and load those in. And then I have a new command called start, a new function that I've defined in here called start. So I'm using a start function that basically handles starting Twitch. And then down here at the bottom, we're actually exporting self. So we're basically assigning all of our functions to self. We set up self up here. We define all of our functions to self, and then we export self. Last week we had worked on doing some exports and had actually just exported individual commands. Now we're going to export entire modules. And so what I do is I import Twitch into the main bot file. And then I just run twitch.start, which runs the start function that we built in Twitch. Awesome. So we did I did some work. I split some things off. I can go through that and show you kind of how we did some things. We're going to work through some of that as we go through the command setup. So now we have our commands document. So this is our first command library. This is actually contains our common commands, which is basically we have our execute, and it's just the same thing as it did before. I just moved over our execute command into this. So we have execute, we have dice, we have Discord, YouTube, and social, and greet. So those are all there. Last week we set up greet as a subscriber only, subscriber, mod, or streamer only command. So you either have to be me, a mod, or a subscriber to use this command, but it's there for you, so you can check that out. And that's kind of where we are. So when we're going to pick up today, I think what we want to do is start building out our command structure a little bit differently. What I would like to do is start building in different modules for our different commands so that we can have commands that are specific to, say, admin functions or mod functions, something similar to that along that line, so that we can have a good setup of different commands that we can use for the stream, or for the chat. So that's kind of the goal. That's where the pipe dream for today is. Hopefully that'll play out. We'll see what happens. But that's the kind of the goal that I plan on doing. Sorry. So again, if you've not joined us, if you've not been with us in the past, my name is Billy. I am doing some live code, and we're going to start working on our Twitch bot. So if you have any ideas, if you have any thoughts, jump into the chat. Right now we're listening to Pretzel Rocks. We're listening to some great music. We're chatting, and I am chatting on all three platforms. So Facebook, Twitter, or Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So I am available. If you are in the chat in Twitch, there's actually a Twitch highlighter. So as we are coding, if you want to highlight a piece of my code so that we can talk about it, you can. All we have to do is you can say line and then 20, and that's actually going to highlight line 20 in the code, so you can actually see it show up here. So it's a way that you can interact with me. You can tell me you want to focus on something. We can talk about a specific line or a specific command, or even if you just want to tell me that I'm doing something wrong. That's up to you. But it's here so that we can work on that, and we can kind of get this done together. So I am going to go ahead and jump in. if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We're in chat. Just ask in chat. I'll be good to go. And we're going to do some work here. Let's see. Give me just a second. All right, so we've got our command module, and what we really want is some commands. So I kind of want to work with creating some stuff, mostly to do some just fun things. So that's what I want to work on right now immediately. It's just kind of fun stuff, stuff to just kind of play around, enjoy the channel, some things that you guys can use to interact with me, interact with the other viewers. So that's kind of where I want to be for tonight, at least, I think. And then we'll kind of branch off from there and see what happens. So let's see. Let me look at something really quick here. Oh shit. Sorry, I'm just going to go ahead and drop the Twitch link in a couple of different places just to get some more people joining in with us. All right, so what we have is we have our dice, we have our Discord, we have YouTube, we have social, we have Greet. I want to break these out a little bit, give us some more things to play around with, and give us some additional functionality here. I think next week is when I'm going to tackle actually getting some commands working in Discord. Right now, the commands only really work in Twitch. So if we go to Discord, I have the Discord bot. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and get the Discord bot working. That's what we'll do tonight. We'll get the Discord bot working so that we can actually see the Discord bot in action. And I can show that to you on the, I can load Discord up and let you see that working. That's, I think, would be the best thing for us to do tonight, is get Discord working. So let's go ahead and try that out. So let's go ahead and first start the bot just to make sure it still starts. So we're going to do node bot.js. All right. So our bot connected to Twitch. We can see it connected to the irc.twitch.tv server. Our Discord bot loaded. Our Twitch bot connected to the channel. And our Discord bot connected to Discord. So we have the bot. So now if we do dice in the channel, we should get some dice rolled here, and we did. So we got our dice rolling from our bot, and that works as expected. So now we can actually see that running. I also enabled Twitch debug logging, so I actually see the Twitch logs as they come across, just to help diagnose any problems that we might see, so we can actually see what's happening, what the bot sees. So you'll actually see chat going across on the bottom of the screen on VS Code as well, and that's just because I'm doing some debug logging on Twitch just so we can understand how Twitch is working. So we know that we've got our Twitch bot working. We know that the bot is still functioning. We're not yet connected so that the Twitch bot or the bot itself works in Discord. So I think that's what we're going to focus on today. We're going to go ahead and get Discord working. So what I am going to do is let's load up a new window here. And before the last week, I kind of loaded up the discord.js. I loaded up some quick shortcuts so we can jump to some things really quickly. So this is discord.js documentation. The Discord.js module for NPM is how we're actually connecting to, or for Node is how we're actually connecting to Discord. So if you are not familiar with that, if you want to play around with it, it's just a simple, I'm going to go over here, I'll show you how to do this. Let's kill our bot. Sorry, I just knocked off the controller. So what you would do here is npm install -s to save and discord.js. Now obviously this isn't going to do anything. Actually it might update it. Yeah, so it didn't update it. It didn't install anything. Actually it did update it. So it updated 2 packages. So we installed discord.js. If we look at our package.json, you can see discord.js is one of our requirements or one of our dependencies for production. We also have .env, nmap, exports, HPS, and tmi.js. TMI is the Twitch management interface, I believe is what it's called. Twitch messaging interface, there you go. And this is the library that connects us to Twitch. The discord.js is the Discord library that connects us to Discord. So we did that npm install. Let's go ahead and do an npm install -s or npm install just to run a fresh npm install, make sure all of our packages are up to date. So everything looks to be up to date. We're good to go. All right. So, oh shoot. That's my bad, guys. I was showing you a website. So what I did, what you didn't see, my apologies. Still getting used to this. I apologize. It's a learning curve for me. Is over here. We ran npm install -s discord.js, and this will actually install our packages. And I had a typo. Install. And this is how we actually installed npm or Discord, so that we could use the Discord package to connect to Twitch or connect to Discord. And then we also have in our package.json, we have our dependencies, Better SQLite, which is for something we're going to do later on, Discord.env, and TMI, which is the Twitch messaging interface. So let's go ahead and look at the Discord documentation here. In the Discord documentation, it's going to have to actually show you how to handle messaging. So what we want is we want to pull out any information that we can on messaging. So we can see here, this is for submitting messages. This is for actually doing a message embeds so that you can actually post messages to Discord with embeds, which is rich text messaging. But we want to actually get messages or do something when we get a message. So let's go ahead and find that integration. There's a couple of different things. Now, I will say that I have not built a Discord bot. I have also not built a Twitch bot. So we're both learning together. I know Node.js, I know JavaScript, but the bot itself is kind of new. So we will learn together. I'm going to push through this, and we're going to figure things out on as we go along. So, so this is what we have. This is actually a moderation topic for how to and Espinoza joined us. He's telling us to look for client events. So let's go ahead and search for that. So we have client message. Sorry. I apologize. And welcome, Espinoza. Thanks for joining us again. or a greeting. Oh, our greet bot's just turned down, so our bot's turned off, so I apologize. So what we've got to do is actually handle the Discord message event, and this is going to allow us to receive the message. So we're going to get the channel that it came from, the client that the message came from, and the object, which is the data of the message itself. There is actually a sort of a handle showing how this is done. In a moderation section, they actually have a pre-built command for, say, if you want to kick a member from the channel. So some admin style work, but this actually does handle the message a little bit and shows you how to intercept that. So it's really similar to what we get from Twitch, or the same way that we do in Twitch, so that we can actually pull the message in and parse it out. We can get message mentions. You can get the guild member that issued the message. And you can pull this information out of the actual message or message details. So we're going to go ahead and start. I apologize, I've been a little bit hoarse, but so let's go ahead and switch back over to our code. Go to Discord. So just like in Twitch, we have our Twitch bot registering its connection. We actually have a handler for message. So we actually built an on-message handler that handles when we get a message from Twitch. So we're pretty much going to do the same thing with Discord. So we're going to build a message handler that's going to pass in the message itself that we receive. Welcome to the stream, Frosty. Hearthstone packs, nice. And Parks and Rec is awesome. So welcome to the stream. Glad you could join us. So what we're doing right now is just going to go ahead and start building out our functionality for our Discord bot. So I am going to kind of copy some of our base functionality. We'll change it up a little bit as we get in. I don't want to reinvent the wheel every time, so I am going to copy some of my code out from Discord, or from Twitch to Discord. So the first thing is going to be our message handler. So we're going to do handle Discord message events. We're going to go back over to our Discord bot. We're going to build our message handler functionality. So that's our self-start. Under Twitch, we have the same thing. So we're pretty much going to do the same thing. We're going to do discord.on message. And we're going to do down here, we've established our function. So we're going to call this function on message handler. Now the Discord message doesn't give us the same amount of detail, or it doesn't give us the same detail in the same order or same way. So we're going to go back over here to the client events page just to see how our data comes in. So we can see that when we get a Discord message, our data comes in as client, which is the client that started the message, the data, which is the message body, and the channel, which is the channel that the message came in on. That's either going to be the text channel or the DM channel if someone was DMing the bot. So we know that we need to, and I forgot to switch again. I'm getting used to the hotkeys, but again, we're back looking at our message. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you guys. So we have our constructor for the message. So we know that when we receive a Discord message, we're going to get client, we're going to get data, we're going to get channel, and it's going to come in this order. So we need to make sure that we're listening for that in that order in our message handler. So we have our client, we have our data object, which is going to be the message itself, and then we have our channel, whether it's a text channel or a DM channel. So this is how we're going to actually receive the information from Discord to the bot. And this is what we're going to actually need to parse for. You can see that these are the properties that you're going to get from the message data. So you're going to get activity, you're going to get the edited timestamp, you're going to get all of this information out of the message itself. So this is what we can parse to figure out what information we can use in our commands. Let's go ahead and switch back over to our VS Code. So we're going to send it to our message handler. So let's go down to our message handler. We know that channel is not first. So what we're going to do is we're going to build the information. So let's do client. We're just going to do data and channel. And then we're going to leave self because we want to make sure that it's not us actually sending the message. And I believe that should still work with Discord. Let's see. So what we want to do is we need to parse out our data. So our data is going to be individual. It's going to be whatever we get in the actual object. So it's going to be an actual object type. So we've got our object type here. Let's go ahead and set the, so this is basically the object type. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong link. This is just telling you what an object is. So we have our client, which is going to be the Discord client itself. We have the data, which is the object that came from the message. So we can go ahead and pull out our information. So in our data, we're going to get, what we really need to figure out is, because what we're using here in our other system is we're pulling out the message itself from the context. So we want to basically check to see what our message is. So the way that we're going to do that is going to be to pull out the message. Oh, thank you for the follow.
Solus is now following.
Sulas, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Ah, Darknet Diaries, nice.
Is now following.
Thank you, Acoust Reverb. Awesome, yeah, Sulas from the Darknet Diaries Discord. So, Darknet Diaries, if you guys don't know, is an awesome podcast. Jack Reciter does a great job going into the underbelly of the internet, some things that are just amazing, amazing topics that he goes in and dives into. So check that out if you haven't yet. Darknet Diaries, amazing podcast, amazing community, great group of people. And Sulis, thanks for joining us. So Sulis, if you just tuned in, what we're building is a Discord bot for, or we're building a bot with Twitch for Discord and Twitch using Node.js. So we're just kind of going through how we're going to handle Discord messages in our bot. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go back to this initial moderation, because in here they actually show you what we want to do is actually want to make sure, so we are going to do message guild because we don't want DMs right now. I'm not going to worry about handling DMs. I want to make sure that we're in a guild. So I'm going to actually get the information to make sure that we're in a guild before, so we don't do anything if we're not. So let's go ahead and build that functionality in. So we're going to start out, we want to ignore it if it's ourselves. If not data.guild, and this is basically just going to say if we're not in a guild, if there's no guild present, then return. Now they used a single line of code. If you look here, and this is entirely Sulis, yeah, sorry. It blocks links. I apologize. If you drop them into the Discord, I can come and grab them from there. Or I can permit you to, let's see, /permit Sulis. Let me see if I can permit you to. Oh, message user bot. Yeah, I'll be honest. Like I said before, we are. Oh, okay. So you can get message users bot. Okay, that makes sense. This is my actual first bot. So I know Node.js, I know JavaScript. I've never built a Discord bot. So this is our first attempt at it. So I appreciate it. Also, the other thing that you can do, Sulis, is you can highlight code. So if you want to type in line 78, you can highlight code in my VS Code. So if you want to show me something specific, you can definitely do that. And thank you. This is my first foray into Discord.js. I built a dumb bot a long time ago that really didn't do anything other than join the server and post out a message every like 10 or 15 minutes, nagging people to go. And yeah, it was a nag bot that was looking for donations for a server that I was a part of that was trying to keep donations for something they were running. So it was a very dumb bot. So this, I'm actually going to try and build something kind of smart, and I want to replace Stream Elements and Nightbot and Muxy and Me6 with something of my own build. That's kind of what we wanted to do here, is do a Discord series or a Twitch series on building Discord bots. So yeah, thanks. So we can actually check, as he was pointing out, message. Let's go ahead and open up the client events message. Let's go ahead and get a new tab. And if there's a problem with size of any element, if anything's too small for you to see on the stream, let me know. I will definitely fix it. So we're going to get the client message. So this is our message like we were looking at before. So we can go down to... I'm not actually seeing where it has user. How am I missing that? So this is me gonna sit here stumped for a second, and maybe Sulis, you can help. Yeah, because I don't actually see user referenced here at all. Though it does look like it's being used in message mentions user. If we have a user mentioned, get the member from the user, guild member user. This is to get that information. This is a really bad command too, by the way, because this has no authentication. Author, okay. Oh, nice. Oh. So this gets the author of the message. And this actually does have bot. So whether or not the user is a bot. Okay, so yeah, that's blocking if it's a bot that created the message. Nice. So that's probably a good thing to check. So let's go back to our code. We ran into this last week. I think you guys will remember when we were running our common command. When we built out this greet command, we actually ran into a problem with @. Nice, an infinite loop responding to itself. Awesome. Yeah, so we ran into a problem where we were trying to use ors instead of ats. When you're trying to make sure that a message is not something, you want to make sure that it's not all of these strings, not one or the other. So we want to do and symbols here. So we're going to do data.guild to make sure that we're in a guild. If we're not in a guild, we don't want to respond. And we want to do data. Actually, let's just change this to message. Makes this a lot easier. MSG. So it uses our old syntax. So dot author dot bot. And then we also want to check to see. I think that we can check to see if the user. All right. Well, this will work for now. So we want to return if we're not in a guild. We want to return if the message is a bot. So we don't want to do anything if any of these things are true. And now we're going to actually come over here to our message. So we actually need to capture the message itself. So they show you a little bit of how to do this. So you get message.content. And this is actually where our information is going to store. Oh. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to drop that in here, content. The functionality is pretty much the same still. So we're looking for a message that starts with an exclamation point. Then we're going to pull out our actual command information from this message. The one benefit that we have with Discord is you can actually pull mentions out of the Discord message. Whereas with Twitch, we had to parse the message to see who it mentioned. And Twitch, we might actually be able to pull out mentions, but the rudimentary interface that we were using from TMI, we had to parse the message to see if it mentioned anyone. For Discord, we can actually pull that out of the message mentions section and loop through that. So we can actually take some of our commands and make it a little bit nicer. And we're going to change this to Discord. So for the moment, we're just going to do the same thing we did before. We're just going to match our regex, pull out our command name, pull out our command text, and then that will be what we do. So let's go ahead and we want to send client and channel and Discord. All right, so now we want to actually set up our setup of our message. So we want to actually send a message to Discord. So that is going to be let's just see if they got the same thing. Message. So basically what I'm looking for is how we actually send a message. And like I said, I honestly don't know, because this is my first foray into a bot, so we're learning together. It looks like we have message reply. This is replying to the initial user. Now, Solus, maybe you can answer this. Does message reply to the same channel the message came from? Because if so, we can probably use that. It does, yeah. So rudimentarily for now, we can. Oh, it mentions the caller. Okay. Interesting. All right, so we may have to play around with that a little bit, but for now we can do message.reply. Hopefully, we don't have to do the channel because it's going to already have our channel there. Discord. Maybe that will work. Let's see how this works. I can't guarantee this is going to work. Oh, wait. Sorry about that. I apologize. My ringtone was not on silent. And I didn't switch back over here. So I've got our response. We're going to see if this works. We have our message that we pulled from earlier. We have a reply. We're actually capturing our response from our command, which is built over here. Some of this is built around Twitch a little bit, so it might not work the way we expect it to. But we're going to see if it is. In fact, it's not. I guarantee you that Dice will most likely fail. Because context is not going to have a username in it. In fact, a lot of this stuff is going to fail because it was built very specifically for Twitch. So we need to actually make it a little bit more agnostic so that it'll work on both systems. Because we want to be able to carry some of the same commands from Discord to Twitch. That's the goal, at least. So let's start the bot, see what happens. Alright, so far so good. So the bot has started. Let's go ahead and... Oh, there's Discord. And I am not in the right place. So we're in Stream Chat in Discord. Let's just see what happens here when we run Dice. Oh, and we failed hard. We crashed. So you guys can't see that actually. Let me fix that. So if you can see here on our terminal, in the Discord server, I ran the Dice command and we really died. Our message is not coming in the way that we expect it to. So we're definitely going to have to tweak around with that. But as you can see, we couldn't read the property guild because the message didn't come the way we expected. And it wasn't able to handle it. So it just, the entire bot crashed. So we're going to go ahead and see what we can do to figure that out. So most likely what it is that we don't actually get in our message handler. We're probably not actually getting the client message channel self. So what we're most likely just going to do is if we come over to our let's go ahead and go look back at the documentation here. We can see that when we get a message, we're going to actually, let's go back to message. Client data and channel. Let's see, how are we handling? So this doesn't actually handle channel. But I don't think we care about channel. I think we just care about message. Actually, let's just do that. Let's just try sending that over and see what we get. So let's just going to take out channel, self. We're just going to send message and see what happens. And then we're going to go down here to our handler itself. So we're just going to send that to the onMessage handler. So the message handler just has message, and that should give us what we expect to see. So let's try that out. We're going to go ahead and load the bot up. Pop up Discord, and we're going to run a Dice command. Okay, so now we've lost everything. We've lost all context. Let's see. Yeah, so now we're not getting any data back from our message handler. We should be getting something into message. So let's debug. So let's just do a quick debug. We're going to console log what we get, just to see what's happening. So console.debug. And let's just see what's inside the message contents. Let's kill the bot. Let's run it again. We're joined to Discord. And our message handler didn't actually get anything. So we're not getting a message in our data. Let's see what happens if we put this above self. Maybe it's our self that's killing it. So let's try this again. Ah, there it is. So this is our message that we received. So we can see that we've got all of this data. We have the channel, we have the text channel. So it's just a JSON formatted block of text that you can see. So we are getting our data now. So what's killing it actually is the if self piece of it. So what we can do is just put that back in. That should actually fix it. And then we can start debugging how we actually want to handle receiving messages. Oh, and we died again. Okay, well that's very helpful. That lets us know that we got past both our message when it was received. We got past our check on whether it was a guild or whether it was a bot that sent the message. We matched our content. Where we actually had a problem was here because we're looking at message instead of message content. So let's go ahead and change this to content. Let's run the bot again. I'm gonna try and bring Discord up. There we go. So I can look at Discord a little bit while I'm also working on this. All right. So we've got Discord, we've got our bot running. So let's send a command again. Now this one I expect to fail for a completely different reason. And it did, because client is not defined, so it can't pull client. So we actually took our command. Let's see if we can find the message content here. So yeah, so we can see the content was dice. Oh, you're on the wrong thing again. Jesus, my apologies. So we failed out this time because client is not defined, and we expected that because in our message command handler, we're actually looking for client to figure out where the information came from. Actually, we're not handling client. Interesting. Where are we looking for client in dice? On message handler. So we might actually need to send some of that other data back over that we originally had dropped out. So let's go ahead and add that back in. Oh, okay. It's because we're sending client with our information and we don't need to. So we're just going to drop this information here from our execute. Actually, we're going to fill it in with a null. Could be actually how we handle not having information that Twitch would send us. It's just by populating it with a null, and if it's set, then we perceive that we're Discord. If it's not set, then we perceive that we're Twitch. That might be a good way of handling that information. So let's go ahead and pull that back out. And run our bot again. Alright. So I expect it to still fail, but for a different reason. That's okay, Solus. So in this case, we can see that we're failing because we're looking for channel.substring, or we're looking for a piece of channel, and we don't actually have that because we're not coming from Twitch. So we need to make this handle both Twitch and Discord accordingly. So an easy way that we could potentially do this is to look for whether or not context or channel are there. And if they're not, then we're Twitch, or we're Discord, not Twitch. That's probably one way to handle it. There's probably more efficient ways to handle it. But that'll be what we can probably do for now, is at least to do that kind of a check. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a function, and we'll carry this function forward into something else later. But we're going to do a function is Discord, and we're going to do, or let's just do is Twitch. And we're going to carry over context and channel. I'm sure there's probably more elegant ways to do this, but this is the way that I want to kind of do it now, just to kind of show you a little bit. So if channel, if context and channel, return true, return false. So basically what this is going to do is it's going to be a simple, if the context and channel actually can have value, we're going to return true. If they don't, we're going to return false. That way we can come up here into our check here, and if is Twitch, we do this. And so we know that we have that. So if we do else const sender equals let's add another value here. Oh, we're actually handling, we don't even need to do this, actually. I just now realized that. So let's go back over to our Discord. Let's actually send with our execute. Execute, our context is here. So let's just send message, or MSG. So we can send our full message over to parse that later. So, and we already tell it that we're Discord, so we don't even need this check that we added in here of if we're Twitch. So honestly, let's just ditch that. We're just going to basically say that channel is going to be null if we're not Twitch. So if source equals Twitch. Sender equals context dot, and we can pull this information. So let's go ahead and take a look at our context information that we can get. We want to get the initial user. So if we pull that information out of our message, we should be able to get the person that sent the actual message. Author. So this is going to be the author. And the author is a type, is set to type of user or class user. And we can get their username. So we can get message author username to get the user's name for using in our actual command if we want to. So let's go back to our code and take a look at that. So context, and let's just go ahead and say const actually let streamer, let sender, because we need to change these because this is actually going to fail. So one of the things that you're going to learn in Node.js or in JavaScript is functions and hierarchy of elements in functions. So when you are looking at a JavaScript or function, you need to look at your hierarchy of your variables. And your variables are not going to be available outside of certain elements. So in this case, if we do an if statement, we define a variable here. This variable is not going to be assignable or reachable once we get down to here because we've already closed the context that that variable was assigned in. So what we want to do is assign the variable context in the base function using let and streamer. So let streamer, let sender, and then we just want to populate it later on. So that's what we're going to do here is we're also going to do let message, and then we're going to do message equals context, because that's where we stored our message for Discord. And then we're going to do sender equals message dot author dot username. And that's going to get our actual message author's username here. We don't need to specify sender here because we're already getting that information. And technically we don't need to do this piece either, but we're going to do it for now, just to show you what it's going to look like. And this is also going to kind of fail on us too, because this is built for Twitch. So context subscriber, context mod, sender.match, streamer, this is all built for Twitch. So for now, what we're going to do is just kind of we're going to put if source is Twitch, actually we're going to do not equals Twitch. That should actually work to get us out of this particular block. because we basically want to, if we're not Twitch, we want to return. No, we do want to. Actually, we want to do Discord. This should work. Probably gonna fail. We'll see what happens. If you're just joining us, my name is Billy. You're watching Billy J. Bryant. This is my stream. That is me. You can check us out on twitch.tv/Billy J. Bryant. We're in Discord at rm-fr/Discord. You can join our Discord server. What we're doing right now is building a Twitch bot and a Discord bot in Node.js. And we're kind of playing around with it, learning as we go to try and figure some things out, learn how this stuff works, and, kind of see if we can build a bot that'll work for both Twitch and Discord. The idea is ultimately to have a single bot that will work in both platforms, be able to accept commands from Twitch, be able to accept commands from Discord, and submit that information or respond accordingly in the appropriate place. A pipe dream that I have eventually is to build a bot that can connect the Twitch and Discord channels together, but that's a pipe dream, so we'll see how that works. But that's the ultimate goal, is I want to be able to make it so that you can, if you're in Discord, if you're in a specific channel in Discord, you'll be able to talk and your chat will show up on the Twitch stream, and vice versa. So we're going to play around with that and see what we can figure out. So what we've done right now, we've set up our Discord bot. We've got our command handling our messages, sending that information, or we've got our message handler handling our messages, sending that information to our command execution. We've got a couple of different commands that we've built here that we want to try and test out, see if they work. So we've got our bot running now. It's joined to Twitch. So if we come in here and do Twitch, hopefully we haven't killed any Twitch functionality. So let's see how that works. Okay, so we know Twitch functionality is still working. Right, so that's good. We haven't broken anything yet. So let's go ahead and see what happens when we roll the dice in Discord. Now, if you want to join me, I'm in the Discord channel. I'm in the stream chat channel. Actually, is this... Let me change the permissions on this. You can actually join me in this. I think I have it set up to where you have to be... Yeah, we're just going to make it a public channel for now. But we're in the stream chat channel, so we're going to roll the dice in that channel. Oh, and it worked. Awesome. So we got our Discord message. You guys can't see it, but and it actually kind of repeats a little bit of a couple of different things. But I'll show you the Discord chat. So let's go ahead and... There you go. So you can see here Discord. I'm sorry for it being distorted. I had resized it earlier. But you can see in Discord I ran the dice command. And then you can see where the bot responded back, saying that I rolled a 1. Now, because this is Discord and we're built for Twitch initially, it actually copied in both my name, because it responded to me using the reply method, but it also put my name in here again, and it didn't actually tag me using Discord tagging. So we want to fix for that, but for the most part, we have a working command. So we come here and we do YouTube. Hopefully, yeah, so we're going to get a response from the bot telling us to watch our past streams on YouTube, which I haven't uploaded any yet. We can go to Discord. And it tells us to join our Discord. So yeah, so our commands are now working. So we can run the same commands in Twitch as we can in Discord, and we pretty much have the same output working in both sides. Twitter, let's see if Twitter works. Twitter doesn't work. I don't think we actually built Twitter. Nope. I did build social though. So if we do social, follow me. Yeah, here we go. So we got our Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram links. And if we do social in the Twitch chat, you can see that we have the same information is being posted in Twitch as what's being posted in Discord. And it's the same bot doing it in both places. So we are on our way. I would say that we have made some progress at this point because we now have a Discord bot that is fully functional. As you can see in OBS, we have our Discord bot is functional. He's responding to our messages the way we anticipate. Yeah, so we're starting to get there, guys. We're making some headway. Let's go ahead and maximize this. Let's get this back to where it was. Oh, sorry about that. OBS is wanting to be done with me, so give me a second. Oh, come on. There we go. Sorry, my OBS was kind of screwy on me because it was a little buggy. But we've got our bot running. We've got some awesome stuff set up. We've got our Discord connected. We have our Twitch connected. I am going to take a brief break. I will be right back. When we come back, I think we're going to work on kind of punching out our commands a little bit more. Now that we know that our Discord works, we're getting responses. Now we can start kind of really playing around with our chant commands and see what we can do to get those a little bit more fine-tuned for what we want. So hang with me, guys. I'll be right back in just a few minutes, okay? All right, how's everybody doing? We are back. Let's go ahead and let's bring up just the chatting interface for the moment. Oh, I don't have my quick transition set up. Give me a second. There we go. There we go. So you're back with me. Apologize, had to take a quick break. So where we left off is we have our Twitch Discord bot is actually fully functional for the most part. It's both a Twitch and a Discord bot. You can send commands to it, it'll answer in Twitch. You can send commands to it, it'll answer in Discord. So we actually have a fully functional bot at this point, which is great because we weren't that way, just an hour ago. So we're going to go ahead and continue on now. I think what we want to do is kind of expand out on the bot's functionality and commands. Give it a little bit more depth to what we can do and what we are doing with it. And I do apologize if there's a bit of a stream delay. I'm using Restream.io today. This is the first time. So I'm streaming to YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook all at the same time. So if you're on Twitch, you can watch me on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, you can watch me on YouTube. That information is in the command. Actually, it's funny, if you just type in YouTube, you now get our YouTube link. So you can go and check us out on YouTube. So you actually get that link in the chat. If you type in YouTube from the bot, he'll answer that for you, at least while we're working on it. So we are going to go ahead and continue back on with editing of our bot, and we're going to hopefully get to a point. I would like to get to a point tonight to where we have some more channel commands working, fix the problems. Right now we have a bug where if you pass the dice command in Discord, the response is not exactly what we would expect or what we would hope for. So we're going to try and fix that problem. And then we're going to TikTok. No, we don't have TikTok. Sorry, Dido. We don't have TikTok. We'll never have TikTok. Don't install TikTok. Just don't do it. I don't care if Trump doesn't like it. It's not the reason. It's not a good app. Microsoft, once they take over, maybe, who knows? There was some talks about Microsoft buying TikTok. Not to go on a rant that Dido just welcome Dido to the stream, but Microsoft might be buying TikTok, and they actually announced today that if they intend to buy them, they're going to buy their entire company, not just the TikTok service, but everything that the company that owns TikTok owns. Which is really big because TikTok is owned by a Chinese company. The division that operates TikTok is US based, so it's a Chinese company, Chinese app, but the app is actually maintained and developed within the US. But Microsoft is looking at buying the entire company and bringing them in, and I think they're trying to do that to appease, to capture that market share, but also to appease the U.S. government in some way. I don't know. But that's neither here nor there. Let's get back to Discord, or back to our bot. So we're going to actually try and see if we can't fix our bot. Because right now the problem we have is that it doesn't parse our messages the right way. So we want to kind of take a look at that and see if we can't get that fixed. So let's jump right into that. I'm going to go ahead and get Visual Studio up here, and we're going to switch, hopefully. So hopefully, yes, there we go. Right, that worked. So we've got Twitch, we've got Discord pulled up here. Let's see. So what we had ran into before, let's go ahead and get in the Discord. In our stream chat server channel. So what we ran into before is when we run our dice command, the bot responds and it actually duplicates the response. So if you can see that, actually you can't see that. So what you can see here is the bot actually duplicates the response, duplicates our name, because the reply, as we learned earlier, when we use the message.reply functionality of Discord, the reply actually includes the sender that initiated the message. So for Discord, we want to make sure that we strip that information out, fix that problem, so that when we run the command in Twitch, when we run the command in Twitch, it actually rolls the dice and tags you accordingly. But when we run the command in Discord, we don't want it to actually tag you, because you're already going to be tagged by the way that Discord works. So we're going to figure out how to fix that now. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. So we can see here's our dice command. So what we want to do here is probably, we've got sender. We probably want to have two different returns. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a simple if source equals Twitch, again like we did before. We're just going to return that, else return you rolled a num. And let's maybe just put a dice symbol in. So do we have a dice? There's a general dice emoji that we can use. Let's see what we can figure out. Can we get a dice emoji? Is there a dice emoji? There's game die if you're in Twitch. It might not work in Discord, so let's check that out. So game die will work. So let's do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually put that into our... So we can should be able to do game die or game dice. So game die. Okay, so that works. Welcome, Phantomire. Thanks for joining. So what we're working on right now, Phantom, since you're just joining us, we're working on a Twitch bot for Node.js, Twitch and Discord bot. So we're building a bot that's going to function both in Discord and Twitch. The idea is we want to have one single bot that will answer the same commands no matter which platform you're in. If you're in Twitch chat, you're going to pass it a command, it'll answer. If you're in Discord, you pass it the same command, it'll answer. So that's kind of what we're working on right now. We're building that in Node.js. We recently got our bot connected so that it actually is working in Discord and Twitch. Up until today, we were just working in Twitch. We were connecting to Discord, but we weren't actually listening for any commands in Discord. Now we can actually pass it commands in Discord. So we're going to do this. Let's go ahead and put a little nice little, I want to put a game die in the message response. Let's see if this works. So we're just going to put that in both of these. Let's go ahead and do const roll equals and we're going to do return roll here, or we're going to do @sender roll here, just to eliminate having to do multiple things at one time, so we can change our command up here and then we can just pass it on. Let's just do some formatting. Let's fix up the formatting here, just because it looks nicer. We're going to save that. Let's go ahead and quit out of our bot. Start our bot back up. And if all is well, we should be able to run the dice command in the Twitch chat and the Discord chat. So I'm going to go ahead and run the dice command in Discord. Let's see what happens. Awesome. So you guys can't see it, but let's go ahead and show Discord. So now you can see I rolled the dice, and it responded back correctly, and it put in our little die image. So we got that. So if we do that in Twitch, if someone wants to roll the dice in Twitch, we should be able to actually get a response in Twitch as well, and it should be properly formatted. That's our hope. That's our plan. Let's see if that works. So we're going to actually just go ahead, and you guys are behind me just a little bit. Oh, and the Discord formatted. Okay, so we got a little bit of a formatting problem. So we know that our emoji pass works in Twitch, but it doesn't work in Discord. Is it simply just a matter of, is it game die? This worked with our chatty. So that emoji doesn't pass on for some reason. It's not a Twitch emote. It's just a regular emote. So it's probably not passing on for some reason. So we're going to have to figure out how we can get this same emote inside Twitch the right way. So let's see if we can't. All right, what we're going to do is let's go ahead and we're just going to go to why is our okay. All right, let's go to Emojipedia really quickly here. I'm going to open up a new window. Let's go to Emojipedia. Our search is going to be super slow. And we're going to look up game die. So we have a 6-sided die. Where's our Emojipedia data? Turn that off, see if that's blocking some of our context. Alright, so we have our game die. So let's just copy this emoji and see if we can paste that into the code itself and see what happens. Maybe we could just do this. Paste the actual Unicode character and see if that translates correctly. Let's hope the Unicode character actually translates when we send it. So let's kill our bot. Let's launch it back up. Now we're going to run the dice command again. Hey, and we have a dice roll, and it has our dice, nice, lovely little dice symbol next to it. In our chat, so you can actually see that. Phantomire, yeah. I mean, I don't know what you want to get done with your stream. Your streams are pretty awesome, but you know, if you want some help with a Discord bot, we can definitely help you. This is the place for it. But let's go ahead and check out our Discord channel. So if we roll the dice again, see Dido, if you want to roll the dice in Discord, let's see what happens. Let's go ahead and turn Discord back on so you can see it. There we go. Alright, so we can see that the dice roller is working in Twitch. So now we need to get it to work in Discord. And it looks like it worked in Discord as well. So we can see that Dido is in our Discord. You can join our Discord as well. If you type in exclamation Discord, you'll actually get our Discord link. You can join our Discord, but Dido is in our Discord. You can see that he rolled the dice. We got a tag to his name and rolled a 1. So yeah, we did greet. So in here we have greet the. So we did greet. So that should greet you. Welcome to the channel. Yeah. I don't know if that tags you accordingly or appropriately the right way, but that's the way that we put it in there, and greet actually worked. So that was the other thing that we fixed, is if you look at our code, we fixed so that the greet command, which we had previously made a command that was only functional for subscribers, mods, or myself. We had previously made it work just for Twitch. So since we're not in Twitch for Discord, we wanted to make sure that it didn't work for Discord. So we put that in there. So if we run the greet command in Discord, it probably shouldn't actually do anything. We can test that out. So I can actually go to Discord over here. Greet a Dido. Let's see, Dido. Actually, that did something. It tried to do something. So as you can see, our check for whether or not we are Discord or Twitch didn't seem to work. So we're gonna have to figure that out, because it still tried to respond in Discord the same way as it did normally. Actually, Phantomire or someone else, if you want to try and run the greet command in Twitch, let's see what happens. I'm hoping that it fails, because it should just not do anything, not respond at all. It definitely shouldn't continue to the greeting. Maybe we need to set this a little, maybe we need to do a triple. Oh, we actually killed the bot. Oh crap! Yeah, so we're dead. We've got a problem. Our greet command is no longer working for Twitch. So that's a problem. So let's see if we can't figure that out. So we've got our stream. We've got our command text. Oh, you know what? For greet, we're matching a regex, so greet actually has a problem. So in greet, we expect greet to actually have a parameter passed to it. So Phantomire actually found a bug for us. Thanks, Phantomire. So he actually found us a bug to troubleshoot. So as you can see, when Phantomire ran the greet command, it failed on the match because it couldn't actually match anything. Because there was nothing to match, because there was no additional data sent with the command, and we actually expect that for greet. So what we want to do here is make sure that that is actually filled in, that we actually have some command text that we can match against. So what we're actually going to do is add another and statement here. So let's do an and not command text. So if we don't have command text, we don't want it to do anything. Or actually what we could do instead is, instead of doing that, let's do this: if not command text, return you didn't tell me who to greet. I think that works. That seems to work for me. So that should actually tell us to return it and return a different... so if we don't get a command text, we're going to actually respond back appropriately to tell them, hey, you didn't tell me who to greet, dumbass. So let's try that out now. So if we run this now, if we type in greet, we should get a response back of, hey, you didn't tell me who to greet. There we go. So that's what we wanted to see. Now if we go to Discord, I think we've actually fixed our Discord thing. So if we go into Discord now, oh, and I apologize, I haven't been showing you guys code, my bad. I'm really bad about it. If you see me talking about code and I'm not showing you code, please tell me. Please just point it out. I'm really getting bad about this, but what we found was that we actually had a bug. The Phantomire pointed out a bug that actually caused the greet to error out because there was no person's name mentioned on who to greet. So what we've done now is we've actually, because with greet, we expect to see command text. If we don't get command text, then we know that we got something wrong. It also does not validate who you're greeting, so it doesn't make sure that that's an actual person, but if we don't get command text, we expect to get some information back saying, you know, this is not right, because for greet we need command text. If we don't have command text, there's no way to greet anybody. So what we're actually doing is we added an additional if statement. If not command text, return and return back, you didn't tell me who to greet. So that will actually make the bot just return back a simple statement of, hey, tell me who to greet and I'll greet them. So probably the next thing that we need to do is eventually figure out how to make sure that we're matching an actual person that's in the channel. We're going to have to figure that out for both Discord and Twitch eventually. Twitch is more important, I think, because greets are more important in Twitch. Because you greet people when they come on the channel. And maybe eventually we can tie the greet command to like a bit. Once I can actually bit is tie it to a bits reward so that you can greet, and if you supply a certain number of bits, your greeting will show up on the screen. You know, so that's something we could eventually strive for, maybe. Have greets actually pop up on the stream, so you can actually greet someone and it shows up as an overlay on the stream. That's something we can do. So we could require the @ sign for when you're greeting someone. That's probably a simple way to do it, but that still doesn't stop you from just dropping in the @ sign and just adding a random word. Because even I can, do greet @hello everyone. And it's still going to do, it's still going to do the same thing. So that's what we have. We have our commands working. We have our commands working in Discord. Now we want to check and see if the Discord command is properly working. So we want to make sure that greet actually doesn't work in Discord, which it did before. It shouldn't now. So let's greet Frosty. And it's still working in Discord. So we need to figure out what's going on here. Because we're supposed to... here's our problem. So let's go ahead and do an or. We're gonna source. So, switch to code view. My apology. So here's our problem. So when we look at our Discord, let me go ahead and change back out what we were looking at here. When we look in Discord, we can see, or when we look in this command for greet, our first if statement, we have a source match of if source equals Discord, and not context subscriber, and not context mod, and not context sender match streamer return. Well, the problem is that none of these are going to match, so these context matches are only for Twitch. So we're never going to see this source equals Discord match with these not statements, because these nots are actually nulls, so they're not going to match correctly the way that we expect. So what we're going to need to do is actually encapsulate one or the other and throw an or statement. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to encapsulate the Twitch pieces. I'm going to change this to an or, not an bang bang. We're going to do an or, and that actually should fix our problem. Let me lower the camera down. So that actually should fix our problem. Let's go ahead and test that out. So we're going to save that out. So the goal right now is we don't want Discord to, we don't want it to actually respond when we do Discord. So I'm not going to switch to Discord, but we're going to try it out. Greet at Frosty. There we go. So we've actually blocked it. So if you can see now, I greet Frosty, and we actually blocked it from checking Discord. So we're actually not gonna, we see the message came through. We can go and find the message content. So here was the actual content of that. We see that, we know that it's there, but we're not going to respond on it right now because we don't want this command to work in Discord. So that's got us set up that way. So we've got that working. And there we go. So now we have a functioning bot. We're working in Discord. We're working in Twitch. We have our commands semi-working for Discord or Twitch. Granted, we're doing a little bit of hackiness to figure some things out, but you know, that is what it is. Thank you for joining us, Phantomire. Muchas gracias. I appreciate you joining and tuning in for a little bit. I will check and I will watch and see if you're streaming later when I jump off, and if you are, I will throw you some viewers. Unknown command, farewell. Maybe we need to build a farewell command. So we'll try that out later on. But we've got our Discord commands working. And we just actually got another message in Discord. Oh, there we go. We're pinging people, yeah. So we've got our Discord commands working, so we can actually drop off our general data that we have here. So you can see the Discord sends us a lot of information. We get the type of message, the message ID, the name of the channel, or the type of channel, the channel ID, the name of the channel that it came in out of. So we could actually use this for some other checks. Wow, that's a long marathon, Phantomire. Yeah, I would definitely be tired as well. So go get some rest. Thanks for joining us. Phantomire, if you guys haven't checked his out, check out the Phantomire on Twitch. He plays Mega Man a lot better than I can. Plays some other games as well, but does some Mega Man races, so go check out his stream one day. So we are at the point where we have our Discord working. Let's figure out some more kind of things that we can do. Actually, we're gonna start typing in some other. Let's build out some Twitch specific commands. So right now we just load our commands module. So we have common, and we have Discord and Twitch, but we're not loading any Discord or Twitch commands at the moment. So what we want to do is actually load some of those other commands. So our index here is actually how we load those. So if we see our index, we load our commands out of command common. So what we want to do is kind of load these in to some other things. So like right now you can see when we execute our commands, we do commands.common.execute because this is the structure we built. So commands is our folder. That's what we're importing. Common is our common.js. So what we can do now is build a twitch.js. So let's go in here. We're going to do a new file. Twitch.js. So we've got that. So let's go to our common. Our common has some namespace information. So we're going to pull this in here into Twitch. So our namespace is going to be Twitch. So now we're building a namespace for specific Twitch commands. What this can allow us to do is actually have some different commands for Twitch that don't exist in Discord without having to actually do some hackiness to determine if we are Discord or not. Great. So what we can do is actually say that when Twitch receives a certain type of command, we can pass it to the commands from Twitch. Sound good? I think it's right. So let's build out our exports here. So we're going to go ahead and just steal some stuff from our modules. So what we're doing right now is we're building a namespace. We're building a self block for our command library. So we're essentially building a new library or module that we're going to be loading. And so all of our commands or functions that we build in here that we want to be exported and importable by other scripts, we're going to assign those into the self object block. And then we're going to export that block so that we can then go over to our actual library here and require that. So if we go into index, so we require common, and that's how we get our common commands required in. And so we're going to do the same thing. Just going to copy another one of these in. It's just going to be Twitch. I could probably just move these into the same hierarchy. In fact, that might be what I do, is instead of having them in their own little subfolders, just move them into the same hierarchy. So let's do that. So let's go ahead and ditch out this folder structure. So we're just going to do .twitch. So we're going to just do require Twitch, require common. And we've got our Twitch. Let's build out an export. So let's go in here and grab in our grab clip function, because our grab clip function was something specific for Twitch. So we want to grab that out. We're going to come over here to our Twitch. We're just going to throw this function in. Now we're not going to tie this function to self. So you can notice we're just doing grab clip. And that's just because we're creating a local function. So this function is not going to be exportable to anywhere else. It's only going to show up in the context of this particular module. So that's what we want to do. That's actually what we want to pull from. So let's go ahead and get our going to pull our execute command just to grab something as a base. We're going to bring this over to Twitch. Let's change this to... Let's go back and look at our Twitch setup. Close out Discord. We're done for that for now. We want to go back and look at our twitch.js here, which is where we're going to load our Twitch settings. And so what we could essentially do is have a map function. There's a couple of ways that we could do this. We can map our individual functions to our commands. So we can actually have them figure out what module, what library to run the command from based on the type of command that it is. We could build that in a map so that, or an array, an object, so that we can actually search for that information and store that some way. Or we could store it in just an if and else, if then and else style of array. We want to do something a little dynamic if possible, but that's probably going to come later on. It's going to be something we're going to strive to do eventually, is maybe doing some more dynamic command setups. So for what we want to do now is I've actually built our Twitch command library. This is our Twitch commands. We want to look for certain commands. So what we're going to do is actually the greet command. I know what the command name is. So what I want to do is if command name greet, then what I want to do is send that to, I want to do response equals commands.twitch.greet. And we're going to do command name or command text, because that's all we need. Command text, context, and channel, because that's what we need for this particular command. And then we're going to do an else. We're going to encapsulate this in an else. Format that a little bit better. All right, so we're going to look at this if response or if greet, Twitch greet. So let's go ahead and go out over to our Twitch command library. We're going to change this to greet. We don't care about source. We don't care about command name. We just care about command text, context, and channel. And that's all we're going to send is command text, context, and channel. We're going to set up our streamer. We're going to take out this because we know that it's going to be there, so we don't want to care about this piece of it. We're going to pull out this piece because we know it's not going to be that. And we're literally just going to take out everything else here. Because we know that the command is going to be greet. All right, so this should work. Let's see if we can't format that a little bit better. Got a formatting problem. Declaration or statement expected. So we've got some from where we took out some stuff. Okay, we've got an extra. There we go. There we go. So there's our formatting. So now we have greet pulled out into its own Twitch command. So what we're going to do is go into common, and we're going to pull out the greet portion here. We don't need any of this. So we're going to take all of this out. We're going to drop that out here. So now we're just going to say, if it's not any of these, it's an unknown command. We're going to come back over here to our Twitch. So we should have our twitch.greet. This is assigned to self. You can see that command text, context, and channel, or command, yeah. So those are what we send. We don't need the message. We're not going to use the message at all. Hopefully this should match up the right way. Let's see what happens. So we've got that running, or configured. So now let's run our bot. Hopefully everything will load. All right, so far so good. The bot's not dead. We should be able to run our greet command from Twitch. So let's greet A1 Bear. We got a user A1 Bear. Welcome to the channel, A1 Bear. Oh, or greet Pretzel Rocks. Okay. All right, so we know that our commands are not working. So commands.twitch.greet did not work as we expected it to. Let's see if we broke everything. Did we break everything? We probably broke everything. Let's try and do dice. Yeah, we broke everything. Look at that. So where did we break it? I'm betting it's where we drop these out of their own little folders. Let's move these back into where they go. And see what happens. And that updated itself, so that's good. So now let's save it. Let's run the bot again. Alright. So now if we roll the dice... Oh, we're still dying. What happened? And it got really quiet there. So we're requiring commands. Coming down here, we got our command, we got our command handler. Commands.common.execute. So let's look at our index. Oh, this is our problem. This was actually our problem. It had nothing to do with where the commands were being stored. It has everything to do with the fact that we didn't specify it correctly. So let's go ahead and move these back. Let's move common back. You notice that that VS Code automatically fixes our require statement for us. And let's actually specify this correctly. Now, a more advanced way would actually be to look for all of the modules that exist in the commands folder and load them dynamically. So that's eventually what we're planning on doing, is doing dynamic modules. So we'll load the modules dynamically and see how that works. So let's go ahead and see what happens now. Run our bot. And we should be able to run the dice command. And we have dice. Alrighty. So now the greet command should work. So we have a dice roll, so we know that our common command modules is working as the way we expect it to. So now if we do a greet command, greet should actually be passed to Twitch, and it should work the way we expect. And it didn't. So we now have a test here. So source is not defined. So we have an if statement match on Twitch JS 15. So let's go ahead and go to this line. Oh, so we left here our check for source equals Discord, and we don't even have source anymore. So we're just going to pull that out. We're going to pull out this piece as well. And save that. Okay, so we take out that broken little piece of logic there. We run the bot again. So the bot is running again. So basically what broke us there is we were still looking for the source, which doesn't exist because we broke this out into its own command. The fact that we got to that point, though, means that our command structure and the fact that we're importing our module is actually working. So now we have the command executed. So we can see Dido just ran the greet Solus command. And that gave us the greeting and then who to greet. And that was passed. And so now we've made a Twitch only command. So it only works if you're Twitch. It does not work if you're Discord because it's not part of the common commands module. And we're not passing it. We're not looking for it. So we've got that built. We probably want to do a little bit more expanding on that kind of setup eventually so that we can have dynamic commands and actually use the command structure so that we can pull in the commands from the folder and then have the ability to find and match accordingly. So one of the things that was recommended last week was that we build a command structure that is specific to, so each file is its own command. I don't necessarily know that I like that because it makes a massively large directory structure. I think what I want to do is have commands that are common to both Twitch and Discord, but then I also want to have commands that are specific to the two, and I want to be able to break those out into like Discord mod commands, Twitch mod commands, that kind of thing, so that we can have the same style module for Discord and Twitch. And based on whichever one the command came from, it uses the right API module or the right library module, not API, the right library module to parse that and actually figure out what to do for that command. So right now we have a functioning bot. We have a Discord bot. We have a Twitch bot. They're all one and the same. It's one bot doing both things. And we have commands that work across both platforms. So that's a good point. You know, we're 2 hours in. We've accomplished a couple of different things. I think at this point, what I want to do is poll the audience. You know, what kind of commands do you want me to build into this bot? What are some things that we could build in right now that we could add in to add some functionality to play around with some things to try and really live code and see if we can't muck stuff up. So give me some thoughts here. What are some commands that you think I should add into the bot that we can use today and start working on those today and get those running? Crickets. Lots of crickets. I hear crickets. Somebody's got to have some thoughts. Give me some commands. So what we probably want to do is I want to actually, let's play around with this. Here's how we're going to do some little bit of dynamic response here. So what we're going to do is use the variables of the command and the source accordingly. So message handler. So let's actually take the command name and pass it into the command. So let's do this. For now, we're going to do it a little differently. Let's do... if commands dot twitch dot actually we're going to do that is we're going to use the variable name, then response equals command name. Let's see if that will work. I don't know that this is going to work. We're going to try it out. So we're going to kill the bot. We're going to run that again. And let's see if the greet command still works. Let's greet Aten. Okay, so that works. So that's actually given us a little bit more flexibility, because now we can pass commands based on whether or not they exist in the Twitch module. So we should be able to still run dice. And so what we've done here is if this command exists, then we run this command. Otherwise, we run it through our old execute, our old standby execute. So this can actually let us kind of play around with this a little bit more. We can also do an else if commands.common command name. And then we can do that a little bit differently. So what we can do is response equals, and we can do the same thing. We can pull out our information here. And we can just run this as command name. And what this will do is if there's common commands that exist with this command name, then it will run those commands accordingly. So let's just do a format here. Let's actually see if I can, let's get this back on the same line. Because this is bugging the crap out of me. I don't know why it did that, but I'll have to fix that in my VS Code settings. But yeah, so now we've got it so that if the command is a Twitch command specific, then we're going to run that command from Twitch. If it exists in common, then we're going to run it in common. Otherwise, we're going to run it through the common execute. So that should actually give us a little bit of a flexibility. And we can go ahead and copy this same structure, and we can put it in our Discord file. So if we open up Discord and we come here to the command, let's go ahead and paste this and change this to Discord. So that's got that. And then we're going to come into common.js. Actually, we're going to come into index.js, and we're going to add another one of these in for Discord. All right, so that's how we're going to load our common, our Twitch, and our Discord. So it's still going to be a little bit more dynamic. The dynamic aspect to it is going to be that when we add commands to our modules, whether we add it to the Twitch library, the Discord library, we don't have a Discord, so let's go ahead and create that new file, discord.js. We're going to go ahead and grab in our Twitch stuff here. We're going to come over to Discord. We're going to paste that. Command space is Discord. Discord. Let's go ahead and take out our export. And see, here's how we can actually fix our greet command the right way, is because we could go ahead and copy our greet command that we built before. Go to Discord and paste that in. And then we can pull out our message, because we don't care about message. We actually don't care about channel. We're just going to set that to null. We're going to pull out this information because we don't really care about this. We're going to do message here. We don't care about this information. Don't care about sender. Equals message.author.username. We know who the sender is. And we want to do the user is actually not going to be a greet match. What we're going to do is set this to an actual user information. So we're going to do message.mentions. So let's go ahead and look back at our Discord library here. So we should be able to get mentions in here. And this is going to be all valid mentions in the that the message contains. For the moment, we probably actually only want to stop at one. So we want to get message.members or mentions.members. So let's do constant mentions equals message.mentions.members. And we want to stop on the first one. So we're going to do mentions. Let's pull out and see what mentions actually gives us, or members gives us. We have their nickname here, or we have their display name. Need to see how we can do. So we can do their display name or their nickname. We're probably going to do their display name just so that we get them the right way. Maybe their nickname. So let's try and see what happens here. Let's just do mentions.members. We're going to do user equals members 0 because we're going to get the first one. Nickname. Let's see if that works. Ideally, that should work. Let's find out what happens. We're going to stop our bot. Bring up the code. So what we've done here is we've got our mentions.members. So we loaded our members function. And inside our members function, we know that it's going to be an array of mentions. We only care about the first one for right now. I don't want to parse additional mentions. That's going to cause a problem later on for the greeting piece. But for the moment, we're just going to parse the first mention, and we're going to try and get that user's nickname. So that's what we have in our code. We've stopped our bot. We're going to run our bot again. Oh, and we're throwing an error. Where are we throwing an error? Oh, that's a case sensitivity error. There we go. Oh, still loading an error. Cannot find module Discord. So let's look it over at our index. Oh, we created that in the wrong folder. So let's put that in the right folder. Commands. Move. Save. Run our bot. Alright, so our bot is now running. So if we go over to Discord, so I can show you Discord here. If we go over to Discord, we now should be able to run our greet command. Let's do a greet. Let's just greet RM-bot. Oh, and it errored out on us. So where did we get our error on? Context is not defined. So in our Discord, let's see. Let's open up discord.js here. Oh, that's because we're not sending content. So let's just send message. Message. And we're gonna send or no, it's MSG. Sorry. MSG. And we're gonna send null msg.channel for the channel. And that should be good. Let's run our bot again. Okay, so we've got our bot sending the message. We got our bot sending the channel. And we're going to go over here. And we've got our channel being specified, our message being specified. So let's see if our bot works now. So we have it running. We're going to go ahead and pass a command in Discord. So let's go ahead and go to Discord. I'm going to greet just somebody. We should be able to do RM-bot. So we're going to error out again. Can't read property nickname of undefined. So our mentions isn't we're not getting mentions the way we expect to. So what I'm going to do is look under here under mentions. So our mentions is a little different than what we expect. So we're actually getting an array of information. So what we need to look at is message.mentions users, and we only want to pull the first user information. So we're gonna have to play around with that a little bit. So that's actually going to be something we're going to need to play around with some, is to figure out how to get the mention or the user's name. Now, if we go over to this first thing here, they actually do this. So if we get mentions users dot first, okay, that's a nice little handy tip there. So we just get the first user mentioned. We can see if they're a member. So this is probably actually good context to have. So we'll just go ahead and pull that and put it in our code, and we'll figure that out. So that's what we're actually going to do, is we're going to come here, we're going to do mentions.user.first. So we have a user, if constant member message guild member user. If member, then we want to return. We're going to go back over here to our user.tag. So user.tag, I don't think I want tag. Let's see what tag actually contains. User. Let's look at user. Tag is the Discord tag. So tag is their actual Discord tag, their username. I don't necessarily want tag. What I want is something a little bit more concrete. Let's just go to username. So we're just going to do that. So we're going to pull in user. So we're going to do welcome to the channel. Welcome to channel. User or member dot username. So that should work. Let's go ahead and close out all of our opening things here we have. Let's clean up our code. Well, let's see what happens. Let's run the bot. Go back over to Discord. All right, so we at least have something a little different. So let's show you what happened in Discord. So the message came through. But if we look in Discord, it's not exactly what we would expect. So if you can see here, in Discord, the message came through, and let's see if I can make Discord's chat a little bigger for you. Okay, let's try this different. So, all right. So you can see this. So this is our Discord chat right here. Let's just go ahead and look at here. So you can see our command came through. So we have our greet, welcome to stream chat, because we put our channel information in there. And then we got undefined, some other information here. This actually came from our channel information. So that's probably something we can fix there. And then when it actually mentioned the username, it did this. So this is actually what it got for username. So this is not exactly what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and see if we can figure out how to get the right information there. So we're going to go ahead and go back to code. For one thing, we want to just get our channel name. So when we come up here, let's go to channel. In our message, we've got channel, and we just want the channel name in itself. Channel name, yeah. So let's go ahead and actually debug what we're getting for channel. So we're going to do a console.debug, and we're going to say channel equals channel. Well, let's just see what happens there. So let's close our bot, run our bot again, and let's just greet at rm-bot. So we've got our greeting. Let's see what's in our channel. Text channel, type. So it's pulling in a type and an undefined. Oh, so it's the member username that we're actually not matching on correctly. So we're going to take out this greeting piece here for the moment. So it's actually member.username that we're not getting correctly. So what we want to do here is figure out how to mention this username directly. So for Discord, we probably want to encapsulate this in some way. Let's go ahead and see if we can't figure that out. So that's probably what our problem is we need to figure out how to mention the Discord user directly. Let's just do a quick search. Discord.js, mention Discord user. So here's a little guide for parsing user arguments. So we're basically looks like we're passing a function to get the user from the function with a mention. So that's a pretty good function actually. So that pulls out the right correct user. So we can see in here what they're doing is they're actually parsing the mention. They're looking for the starts with piece and ends with to ensure that the mention is the right information. And they're literally just pulling out the middle context piece of that, the number, slicing that and getting that user from the user's cache. Now that's probably not exactly the best way that we could do it. We can probably do it a different way, but that's the way that this person is doing it, and it seems to work. So what we could do is try and do something like that. We can play around with a little bit and just kind of try and get the right information. I don't know if we want to exactly do it that way, but that's how it's done in the JS documentation. So it works. So let's just try it out. So let's just grab our function. Let's go back over to our code. We're going to build this function in. So let's take our mention. So this isn't actually using the mention itself. Interesting. So I don't know that we want to do it this way. We're going to store that command for now, but for now we're going to actually do some a little more debugging here. So let's drop that. We know what's going on there. Let's see what's happening when we get our mentions. Let's see what our user information is. So let's do a console.debug. Let's do user. This will debug our actual user, what we're capturing there. We're also going to go out here and we're going to get rid of this console debug here because we don't need this anymore. We're also going to go to our Discord main library, and there's a debug over here somewhere that we don't need anymore. And that's good. So let's go back over here and let's just we're not using our greeting right now. That's fine. All right, so let's start the bot back over. Come back to Discord. We're going to do a greet and rm-bot. We're still getting it undefined, but here's our user. So user.username should work. Oh, okay. So what we want to do is change this to user.username. So if it's a member, we don't care. That's what our problem was. So let's just run that again. And greet at rm-. All right, so we have it working a little bit. So I'll show you what we got going on here. We have Discord working, so it is greeting the user with their name, but it's not actually mentioning them. And what I want to do is I want to actually mention the user. So I can probably encapsulate this a little bit to make sure that we're mentioning the user. Let's try and do exclamation user dot ID. And let's see if this mentions the user. So let's save that. Greet rm-bot. No, so that doesn't work. So now, as you can see, we captured the user ID, but we're not actually mentioning the user. So if we look at our code, you can see that we just changed this to exclamation user ID, because if you're in a chat, that doesn't work actually. So let's put it in as an @ sign. Let's see what happens there. We're going to play around with this a little bit. Try a couple of different things, see how it works. And so we know that that still doesn't work. If you can see, we're just appending it with an @ sign. So we're not actually capturing the user data. So let's go ahead and play around with that a little bit more. So how can we mention the user? So let's go ahead and back over. Let's go ahead and go to our web browser here. Let's do Discord bot mention user in response. Oh, not showing you the right thing. So we're just doing a general search. We're gonna go Stack Overflow, see what we get some responses from. Well, that's not really giving us the answer that we're looking for. Here's someone looking for how to tag a user in Discord.js. So the toString module or method. So let's try that out. Let's see what happens. So let's go back to our thing here. We're going to go to user dot toString. Hopefully that will actually work. So let's save that. Let's run that. And we're going to do greet at rm-bot. Let's let you see my Discord. Hey, look at that. So user.toString. So this actually converts it into a string, and that string is the mentionable username. So now we have our bot actually greeting a user by their username in the channel. So we're actually streaming, or we're actually allowing us to greet. We probably don't want this to be a response, a reply to the original response. So we probably want to figure that one out. But that's another day, sending the message directly. Actually, we can probably just go here. Let's go look on the Twitterverse here. Channel.send. Yeah, so we'll just send the message to the channel. So what we can do there is actually change that. And we'll come back over to our code. And we're calling this response equals message.reply response. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to handle this myself. So let's go into Discord. Instead of returning, we're just going to do channel.send. Because we have our channel. We know what our channel is. And we're going to just have this send this command directly to the channel. And then we're just going to return false. That way we can actually satisfy our promise. We're going to return something back so that over here we got something. But if it's false, we're not going to actually do the message reply, since we're going to actually handle that channel send here. So let's go ahead and do that. Greet at rm-bot. There we go. All right, so if we look at Discord now, we can see I did a greet rm-bot, and we did welcome, and we have our information here. Welcome to stream chat at rm-bot. And we have our greet command working. So we see that that works, and it also I don't think you tagged him that way, Dido. So let's do a. Yeah, there we go. So now we have a command that's working. We're actually able to. So this is what we have going on here. So you can see we have a command that's running in Twitch. So we have the greet command in Twitch. So if we go into Twitch chat and we greet one of our Twitch users, let's look and see who's in chatty. So if we go into Twitch and we greet one of our Twitch users, so if we do a greet, at Frosty Suds, we can greet him. So we've welcomed him to the channel. And then if we do the same thing in our Discord, and you can see that if we come here, you can see down here, it says welcome to the channel Frosty Suds. And then if we come over to Discord, we now have a Discord only command. If we do greet at Frosty, and it's late in the day for him, so I'm tagging him strictly just out of pure evilness. Then welcome to stream chat at Frosty. So now we have a command. We have a Discord command for greet. We have a Twitch command for greet. They're completely separate. They're the same command, but they do different things based on which system they were sent in. And that's being loaded dynamically based on if the command's coming from Twitch or Discord, and being parsed appropriately. So I think that's where we're probably going to end off tonight. We've accomplished a lot. I feel we've done a lot of things here. We've got a functioning bot. We've got our Discord connected. We've got our Twitch connected. We've got commands that work in both of them. We've got some commands that work in the same in both, and we've got one command that works differently depending on where it comes from. And that's a pretty good start. I think what we'll do is the next session is we're going to get into some Git. We're going to get into Git. So I'm going to actually show you how to take what we've built so far and push it into Git so that we can store it in a repository and allow other people to view it, allow other people to work on it. And that way I can actually show it to you guys. You can actually see the code live after the fact. So we'll work on getting it into Git next week. And then I think what we want to do is take this as a building block and get this bot running 24/7 so that it's a constant new iteration. We'll get it into Git. We'll get a CI to CD pipeline, a continuous improvement and continuous development pipeline running so that we can actually, as we add commands to it and as we expand it, we can push it in, have the bot reload, and the bot will run 24/7 because right now I only ever run the bot when I'm in stream. That way it's because we're actively working on it, and if my computer dies, it dies. So that's probably what we'll do for next session. So tune back in next week, 7:30 on Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern time, or 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern. UTC's, I don't know, 10:30 or 7:30 plus 7, 1400. I don't know, or not 1400. Forgive me, whatever. It's 7:30 p.m. PDT Pacific time, 10:30 Eastern Thursdays. So next session we'll work on Git. We'll show you how to use Git if you don't know, and then we will get our bot stored into a Git repository and start working on doing some continuous development and deploying it automatically to we'll probably just do a cheap and easy Heroku or a Kubernetes instance that I already have, but just run it into Kubernetes somewhere or Heroku maybe, just to get the bot up and running and play around with it. So that's what we have now. Thank you all for joining. It's been great. I've enjoyed having everybody here. I appreciate it so much. So let's go ahead and I'm going to switch over to Let's go to studio mode. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one again. I'm gonna get these things figured out soon enough. That's not it either. Hey. Alright. We're just gonna switch to this one. Yeah. So I thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I don't know. We're not gonna do Oracle Cloud. No, that's not gonna work. I might put it to AWS. We'll see. I'll probably just drop it in a Kubernetes instance or cluster that I already have. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so that's where we're at. We have a bot. We have a bot joined to Twitch. We have a bot joined to Discord. Next week we're going to work on some Git. So tune in. Thanks for joining. Have a great evening, everybody. I appreciate it. And I'm gonna figure out who I'm gonna drop you on. Actually, let me check that out here. So I'm gonna see if we have anybody that we can streaming that I can drop you on. I think everybody is pretty much offline for most of the people that I would potentially raid. So we're just going to raid only Eggy. So raid only Eggy. I don't know what he's... slash raid only Eggy. All right. You guys have a wonderful night.